listening to the Balancing Act podcast. Here's your hosts, Jamie Wonko and Joe Vitale.
Hey, guess what? We're officially recording. We are officially recording.
No, get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Shut the front door.
TFU. No, that's something else.
Oh, there it is. It is. Hey, welcome back to the Balancing Act podcast. Oh, you were about to say it.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. We are Joe Vitale and Jamie Wonko. We are your illustrious hosts of the Balancing Act podcast on human content. So thanks a lot for joining us once again at another episode. Fancy smancy background. We went with the background. If you're watching us on the YouTubes, it's very like Saved by the Belly.
Oh, so good.
I think that's what I love about it.
So good.
Children of the 90s.
Now, did that start? That started in the 80s, no?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That did
Or
start in the 80s. No, it did. It started in the 80s. That also started my love for Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who
she's the best.
She
still has a pretty good social media presence.
She does. She cooks. She's a cooker. She does like cooking shows.
Random cookery, but she just always,
Yes.
Nothing will beat when she wore her tight bicycle shorts and just did like all the moves, All the moves as the head cheerleader, the only cheerleader.
Wait, one
of two at Bayside.
What was the song? The workout song?
Mind to it, go for it. Get down and break a sweat, rock and roll. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best part of that was
the best part of it is when she breaks into that out of nowhere in the middle of like our lunchtime, because you do that for every once in a while. You're like, get down and break it.
And I think I could do all the moves.
You probably
could. I could. And also at the end when they went like, get down and go for it.
And they oh, girl, I'm telling you. I watched one of those like behind the Dark Side of the 90s things. I think it was there was a Kelly Kapowski thing on there. It was very disturbing.
She's the best.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, like the seedy side of Bayside or whatever it was.
Screech was there for years. No one liked him.
Mr. Belding is balding.
Yes. R.I.P. Screech. R.I.P. Dustin Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sad.
Ooh. This week has been a journey for me. We talk up here on the Balancing Act about taking care of yourself and making yourself a priority. And I don't know, they say like take care of your body or it will tell you,
Yeah. You've been running some. I mean, granted, sickness and illness has been running everywhere because it's rampant this time of year.
Yes, my doctor told me this is the worst flu season in at least 7 years.
Yeah,
lots of flu A, but I just been having like a little bit of a go at, and it's like, what did you do to yourself? And I don't even know. I just don't know. So yeah, I've been experiencing back pain more than I have in at least 10 years.
That's right. You were mentioning that. That was part of the reason I know you were absent part of the week. It wasn't even a little.
I mean, it was just like 10 out of 10. I really almost drove myself to the hospital.
Oh.
It was just so out of control. Like I had to like cry, like real tears. Like I just could not. So I went to the doctor. Jason had said like, I think this is what it is. I really I think that you should just, go see the doctor tomorrow and don't go to the hospital and just, and he was right. So let's document it.
Yep.
He was correct.
It's the first time for everything.
I mean, everybody gets a chance to shine. He was right. I just, I've had back problems in the past, like after I had the girls. And so I've had issues with my lower back before where it had affected my leg, or like I actually couldn't, like I could not lift my leg. And so I had like all sorts of stuff done for that. But I've really kept it like well under control. This was my upper mid back in between my shoulder, but it had like a name and Nambia. Now I can't think of lumbar, maybe. But the doctor knew, like, and she just, like, put her hand on my back, and she could feel it spasming. She was like, "I can't, like, there's no movement," and it was completely locked.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so, I got some medicine, I got some physical therapy, and, I'm getting there. I'm trying to watch my posture also, and I went back to my box.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I saw the box the other day.
the box is in full effect,
I
so
also I also saw something as we get older, and as we know, I am
57.
apparently much older than you, according to depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Um, you know, me and Henry
Never
Ford, we hang out together. Long story. So, I saw a meme the other day that was like, in my 20s, "Oh, I slept on a coffee table and woke up and ran a 5K today." In my 30s, which also applies to your 40s, I bought the wrong pillow and now I'm in hospice.
Oh my god, it's so
'Cause
true.
yeah, because your body just like my joke is always like, "Yep, you turn 40 and that check engine light comes on a lot more." You do things like, pick up a 3-pound bag of garbage and throw your back out. Um,
Yeah, it was like, "What do you think that you did?" So I had a sinus infection and all the things that came along with it, and, like, the coughing and the
mhm,
coughing and the coughing and the coughing, and
which could also have something to do with it.
I think I actually coughed myself into throwing my back out.
Yeah.
According to my spouse, he said, "I have never heard." Now we're married almost 20 years. He's like, "I've never heard you like that." And, like, I woke him up and the whole thing, but I didn't wake myself up. But when I did, it was like, "Oh, something is really wrong." I actually thought, like, I popped one of my lungs.
Oh god.
'Cause, like, when you're like, and, like,
Yeah.
you try to, like, fill your lungs with air, and it was like, I can't even fill my lungs with air. So, it's just another day in paradise.
Yeah, I know. And it's been a rough, year for illness. I wound up getting a bout of the norovirus, like literally right before, the half day before Christmas break. And I felt bad texting my boss, and I was like, "Look, this ain't happening today. There's no way I can physically drive myself to work, or be in a classroom. So you're on your own, people."
I have a friend who calls it the cha-chas, and I just think that that's, like, just the best
Yeah,
thing to call.
yeah,
I don't know if in my mind, she, like, made it up, or, like, it's a thing that her family says. Have you heard that before?
I have not.
Oh, okay. You said, "Yeah," like, I thought, like, "Oh, wow, is that, like, a thing?"
No, I just thought that was a funny
Just think
reference
it's
for it.
great, like,
Absolutely.
"Ooh, oh, no, I have the
Yeah,
cha-chas." I just think it's such a great.
yeah.
I hear cha-cha, and I'm like, "Cha-cha Di Gregorio." Do you know who she is?
I do not. I don't know who Cha Cha Di
3,
Gregor.
2. For real?
No, I really don't. I don't. I don't know who Cha Cha Di Gregorio is.
I'm Cha-Cha Di Gregorio. I'm the best dancer at St. Bernadette's with the worst reputation.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
what is
tell
that
me
from?
you're a girl without telling.
What is
Yeah,
that from? What is that from? I know what it's from.
come on, it's Grease.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Grease.
It just takes me look, it's been a while since I've watched some of those
Been a
films. I have
while.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she, Cha-Cha Di Gregorio, but yeah, so the cha-cha. So
Back
yeah,
in
so
my day,
lots
they
of
called them moving pictures back in my day.
yeah, so, I thought maybe perhaps, and it will kind of go along with what we've already been talking about,
Yes.
that a really great, um, especially this is your birthday month, right?
Yes.
So I thought we could do the episode that you've been waiting for.
Okay.
You know what it is.
I think I do.
This is called the Vitali Grump Fest 2025.
No, it's not.
It
This is
is.
what really grinds my gears?
Or the hill I choose to die
The hill
on.
I choose to die on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of hills I choose to die on.
I mean, so I thought we could go through
Don't
some
you
of our favorite gripes.
don't you
This
dare make
is like
this
a birthday present for you.
hey, don't you dare make this all about me. You got your gripes too there, girl. So,
I do. I'm like,
yes.
I get me on my porch
Yeah.
with my cane, and I'm keeping your balls,
Yeah,
kids. Like, I
yeah.
feel like,
Oh,
yeah,
it's like
all
the SNL one when
the
she's like, "I keep this. This is
it's
mine. This is
mine
on my
now.
porch.
Mine
This is
now.
mine now. I
That's
keep
right.
this. I'm gonna tell your father." Um, yeah, great stuff.
If you're
So are
watching
we
on the YouTubes, Joe just gave us a little prop comedy, so
yeah, a little prop comedy. Of course. But no, it's definitely, look, we all have a bunch of gripes, about like our profession, about life. I think,
I mean, people in general, like, working.
yeah, like everybody does.
Oh, of course.
I think like I don't wanna, I'm kinda tired. You know what really grinds my gears? One
Yeah,
of the first
so
things, yeah,
go
sorry.
ahead. I mean, is it gonna be a list? Is it just gonna
No,
I
I'm
think
gonna go
because
ahead.
if I'm gonna say, if you are listening to us, as we appreciate all our listeners,
Yes.
and this is not the mood that you're in, we're gonna highlight this episode as, like, a save it for when you're
Yeah.
right?
And your old man shakes fist at sky, film at 11.
'Cause
Yes.
I understand, I can really, really understand, like, if you're already, like, in a low place, like, you need to be lifted up, but we just feel like we wanna clear the air a little bit, and normally
Yeah.
our vibe is, like, up and high and positive, but today, in honor of Joe's 834th birthday.
186.3 birthday. Um, Listen,
Uh,
the first thing I wanna bring up is that I am so tired of the phrase "game changer." Can we stop saying that everything is a game changer? This new skincare routine is a game changer. This new way I organize my pantry is a game changer. This thing for your classroom is gonna be a game changer. It's not a game changer if everything is a game changer, then nothing is a game changer,
so true,
okay?
so
And
true.
most of the times, the things that are a game changer, especially in the classroom, wind up being a fad, right? We talked a long time ago about the game-changing way that, Apple devices were gonna infiltrate the classroom, or the way we were gonna go one-to-one with Chromebooks, and now how many times have we discussed how much we want and need to walk back the amount of technology that's used in our classroom? So, like, I'm so like, I literally I'll be like, doom scrolling through Instagram, and I'll see like, "I just blah, 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 and this is a game changer." Nope, forget it. I just, like, flip right through it.
Hate
It
it.
literally, yeah. I wouldn't say hate it, it's just like, "Ugh, enough with this already." Like, stop saying game changer. That's my thing.
Yeah, put it on the wall of death,
Yeah.
right? You ever see one of those, like, word graveyards that people have?
Oh, yeah, like Skibbity Toilet and, like,
You know, where
things.
like, a lot like, in language arts, we would always have, like, word graveyards, right?
Oh,
So, it's like, they just said the word good,
yeah.
fine. You know,
Yes.
like, there was just certain words over and over that you would just hang up on the word wall, and it was like that section of the word wall was the word graveyard.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna add game changer.
Game changer. So that's
Okay,
that's one thing that really grinds my gears.
number 1.
Yeah, number 1, not
Alright,
number
well,
1
I
on my
have
list.
1. I have
Sure.
1.
Oh, you're
And I
fine.
think this is internationally known on the microphone, but I have real issue, okay? I have a real issue with people that you know in life, wherever you are, and they act like they don't know who you are, and they
Oh.
don't say hello. So
Oh,
this little portion, this my grind gears grinding session has to do and will be dedicated to
I'm sorry.
I'm being so
You're just
serious right now.
you're just so effing animated, which is like, you're getting your 11s on your brow.
I
You
am.
gotta watch
Oh
your
my god,
11s,
and
girl.
Botox. I'm getting
Yeah.
bangs, everyone. Goldie Hawn, bangs, not Botox,
No, are
okay?
you're
Make
doing
like gold
bangs?
I mean, probably not, but I've always said, like, once it gets too
You
much, I'm
should
gonna
do
have
it.
to Goldie Hawn myself, but do you
Goldie
ever see
Hawn.
those ones you just clip in?
My god, I'm gonna buy you those. I'm gonna buy you those just to try them. You need to
I
try
wanna
them.
wear 'em.
Yeah,
Oh my
totally.
goodness. So what really I'm gonna dedicate this to Doug Anderson. Doug Anderson was,
Got it.
he's retired, okay? But Doug Anderson, and he would 100% support me, like, putting his name out into the, universe about this,
Okay.
because this was, like, something that drove him crazy. It's really the antithesis of who he is as a person, and so when I started teaching, he was so old. He's not that old, right? But, it's like I'm 22 and he was like, I don't even know. He just seemed old to me. He had kids and his kids were like grown, like all the things. He's married, he has this great wife. Love you, Ange. Shout out to Ange. Anyway, he was the kind of coworker that would come in the morning, open everybody's doors, unlock all the doors, like get things for you, do whatever you needed, never said no. Like the first person to like clean your car off when it snowed. Like, he
Wow.
would go outside and clean people's cars off when it snowed on, like, an early dismissal day. like things like that. Like just like this great chivalrous, but also in my mind, like I was sort of like marinated in that workspace of
And
just like,
shout out to, Edwin. I don't know if he listens, but a former coworker of mine who, did that at another middle school that I used to work at, and they actually had taken a picture of him, like, cleaning off other people's cars because he did it out of the kindness of his heart, and you're like, "Special thanks to Mr. N for going out of his way and cleaning off people's cars out of the goodness of his," like, it was just such a nice thing. I was like, "Dude, you couldn't have driven to my school and cleaned up my car? Like, come on."
well, just the good guys, you
Yeah.
know? So anyway, so he had this, he would, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, like whoever it was.
Yes.
And there's this subsection of people, and it cannot just be in teaching. Okay. So we're going to, like, you guys are going to have to tell us for our non-teacher listeners, right? Of, how can you walk past someone that you work with and pretend like you don't see them?
Mhm.
And you're the only two people in the hallway.
The passing like
So
ships in the
Doug
night.
had started this like whole list where it was like he was the hello police. And there was, like this really like this movement of like, no, you and I get it. Like if you're not everyone's friendly. Some people are shy. Some people have social anxiety, all the
Correct.
things, right?
Yeah.
Which I do not expect you to know. I try to as a person like if I'm in a space with someone, I try to learn a little bit about them, like personal life, professional life, just sort of understand. Some people don't like you to know about their personal life. So you keep it professional, but you sort of understand some of the things that they're passionate about in their career. But to just walk past someone and not even give like now what I just did was, for those of you that are listening, I did a closed mouth up smile, a little turned up, and a head nod.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't speak. It was just like you kind of just acknowledge like that the other and just move along. Right. No,
No, you're right.
I mean, just because
You
it
know,
grinds my gears doesn't mean it
there
has to grind your
there
gears.
yeah, no, there are times where I'm, like, rushing around and I get in my own little tunnel vision headspace. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta run to the copier." And you just
No,
don't have
you
the
don't. No, you don't.
I don't? I do.
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, no, you don't. You don't. You don't.
I enjoy you so much right now. Um,
You
there's
don't do it. You
there
don't do it.
I
You're
will say
like,
then
like,
I
no, no.
and I
And
also
your location is like Grand Central State.
yeah, 'cause
Like,
of where I
you have,
am in
like,
the morning.
open nook
Yeah.
and people, like, look in no, you do not do that.
I also stand, I took it from you, the porch. I stand on the porch,
Okay.
outside my door, in between classes, and I see kids I teach 7th grade, so, like, 8th graders that are in the building, like, in the beginning of the year, they would, like, walk past my room, and it's just like, "Look at me," and I'm like and I don't say anything, I just stare back at them because 'cause they're staring at me and I'm staring at them, and I'm "Hello?" Like, I'm like, "You can use words, like, we spent the better part of 180 days together, hours of time, like, it's okay." I have one girl who I think doesn't say hi to me, and she's a very sweet girl, and I think at this point, she doesn't say hi to me because, like, it's a thing, and she always walks past it, she always smiles, and I'm like and I don't wanna say her name, I'm like,
I'm
"Hi, blah, blah, blah,"
I'm
and I say it all the time.
excluding kids from this category.
No, yeah, I get
For
that
me, I mean,
because
because it's like, you're the most awkward,
yeah,
there's a lot, and I'm a grown up and you're a kid. I'm talking about peer to peer, adult to adult. We
yeah,
work together
that's
and it's so strange.
here's a hill she's gonna die on. That is absolutely and no, I don't agree. I do agree with you that it's strange. I agree that it's
Thank you.
strange.
I can't do it.
To other to
I
other
can't allow
people, it's to other people, it might not be.
Who? Why?
I don't know. I maybe it's
No,
maybe listen,
no. Game changer. It's a game changer. That behavior is a game changer.
yeah. Oh my god, I wanna punch the screen.
Did you ever
Um,
did you ever see Jennifer Hudson's show? I don't know if she's gonna make it or not,
uh,
right? I mean, we're not home during the day. But sometimes
I have seen it.
okay, so I haven't really,
I
but,
know
like
I know I know what
okay,
you're gonna
so
mention. Yeah.
sometimes what comes up for me, and I do really enjoy it, and I tend to watch them, is, like, her staff, whoever's on the show, they, like, line the hallway.
Yes.
right? Now, obviously, most of these actors act like they're people who are like they're putting themselves out there. So like it's in their, personality to like be able to strut down like a row of people. But it's so fantastic. And it's not what I'm saying. It's not like someone has to be like, oh, and Jamie's here. Hey, hey. Oh, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. What? Because that's what they do on the Jennifer Aniston. They make a song. They,
Mhm.
like it would be like VITALE.
But you would though. But you would. But you would make a song.
I would. So I just want to be very clear in this porch session that I'm having right now. I want to be very clear, fish shaking. It is not something that I think needs to be like over exaggerated. I don't expect them to have a whole conversation with me or know my name, but I do think that like politeness in the world has come to a point where how can you work with someone hundreds of days a year and you don't even glance up and give like a hey, hi nod?
Yeah.
I don't like it. Hello, police.
Yeah. We're gonna get you a little badge.
That's right. Get me a badge. You've
Hello
been flagged.
police. You've been
You have been cited by the hello police.
the hello
Goodbye.
police. And good
Goodbye,
day,
sir.
sir. I'm almost thinking like for you, like saying good morning to somebody is like it's the scene in I think the movie is Spirited. It's a holiday movie which is on Apple TV Plus, and it had Ryan Reynolds and Will
Oh, I
Ferrell,
love Ryan
which I think is an underrated. It's a new telling of the Scrooge
Oh, I gotta watch
Christmas
it.
story. You've never seen that?
I didn't.
You've got to be kidding me. You've seen like every Christmas movie.
How did I miss it? I don't
I
know.
I have no idea. It came out. I actually think it is one of the.
I feel like you did
It
tell me
is.
to watch it.
It is probably in my top 5 of Christmas movies at this point. I'm not kidding. Like,
Ooh.
it's literally that good. I think the story is great. I think it's incredibly entertaining. I do like a musical, not gonna lie. And I think
Ugh,
the
hard.
songs in it are good. But there's this one where they're saying like they go back in time, and they're like in the 1800s or whatever it was, 1700s, and he one time the character goes, "Oh, good afternoon," but they doesn't know that like "good afternoon" in the 1800s is like a curse word. It's like saying then giving somebody the middle finger. So he goes, "Oh, good afternoon," and the girl like slaps him upside the face. But there's a song in the movie. It's like good afternoon," and I'm thinking that's you. Like now you're just gonna say hello to people, and it's gonna be like a big like, "Rrr,"
But I
like
do. And
yeah,
also, I do believe that there are people where, like, I'm too much, I get it. So, like, I do try to, like I dial it down a little bit, especially in the AM because, like, I'm a morning person and I understand being married to someone who is not, that
gotcha.
you have to really, like, temper that excitement that, like, the sun is shining, we're starting our day. And, like, some people just don't wanna do that until, like, 10, 11 o'clock. But I still think and I look and I smile and it's like you just keep going. So, I'm gonna add, so far number 1, game
Game
changer.
changer. Yeah,
Number 2,
yeah.
a
And these are in no particular rank of
so
anything in
far that's the
particular.
list. What give
Yes.
me a number 3?
Let's see. I mean, are we talking work or are we talking like
Everywhere.
in general society?
Everywhere.
I have a little like I have a little joke right now. Like one day, Jamie, I'm gonna have like you're gonna be like, I haven't heard from Joe in like 2 weeks, which will be rare. And you're gonna be like, where's Joe? And I'm gonna be in one of 3 places. One, I'm gonna be in Florence, Italy, because I've sold all my stuff and I'm gonna go live drinking espressos and eating cheese and raising
Bobbity
goats.
bibbity bobbity boo.
Yeah, bibbidi bobbidi bobbidi boobity. So or I'm gonna have sold all my stuff and I'm gonna move to Oahu,
Oh, yes, Hawaii.
and I'm gonna be an Uber driver.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm going to have gotten arrested at a local Costco, because I've gotten into a fight with somebody, because I do not understand the propensity of people to be completely clueless to those around them
Yes.
and be in an aisle full of people on their phone, on speakerphone, having a conversation while you are trying to get in and out of a Costco that is busier than busy. Okay. So it's gonna have like I've literally been I'm like these I've literally been said out loud, like gotten frustrated and be like, man, these people and the phones, like you've got to be kidding me. And I just don't like
What are they chatting about? Going
I
over the
don't know.
list
I
or
don't know. I
oh,
can't. It makes me.
it drives you
It
crazy.
grinds my gears. Um. So like it to me, it's like I just have such a. I feel I have a good awareness of people when I am out and being considerate and kind of others. I just think it's inconsiderate. I don't know why. Maybe other people don't feel that way. Those people could be having pressing, important conversations about family matters or things that are going on, but like you're in a Costco. So could you not do that in a Costco? Like go somewhere else. Go out to your car. Go take a little bit of a break. Go have
Is
your
it less
important
expensive at
conversation.
the mall or is it
No, uh,
it's anywhere?
it's really anywhere, but it's
Yeah,
more in Costco because it's so goddamn
packed.
crowded. It's
So packed.
packed, and
Yeah.
sometimes people are there with like their extended family, and there's other people running around. Like I'm just so like not.
You hate it.
I'm no. I'm just aware of like other people, and I
Well,
think
I hate it.
I do. I think it's I think it's inconsiderate. But you know what I do? I go up to them and I say, "Hello, good morning." So that's what I make sure that I do that right away. Um,
Right,
no,
but even if you're in the store, right? Now we're
yes,
shopping with our shopping cart. You look at people like, right? I head nod and smile. You don't have to make like full
yeah,
eye contact with everyone. However, when you're out in the world, like there are, I call it Wawa culture.
yeah,
All right, you go to Wawa and everybody holds the door.
yes,
You would never let the door close on someone
no,
going into Wawa,
no,
right? How did that start?
I don't know.
How can we apply that everywhere?
Well, the other thing is we've had trainings in the past where we've said like, well, when you're holding the door for an elderly person, it's like you're saying to them that they don't have the strength to hold the door. So like you're stealing their worth and their value. And I'm like, that that's I no. Like I was brought up that way.
Hold the
Like
door
I
for
tell my son,
everybody.
hold the door. Like
Hold the door.
I tell my son, hold the door. I once I once said that I was talking about it with my dad, who was, in his 80s and old school. And he was we were getting out of the car, we were heading over to a baseball game. Um and I think my dad is a cancer patient getting treatment, and he just, it was kind of like labored, and like I was like, I just want to ask you, is it okay if I carry your chair? Because if I don't ask permission, it's like that I'm stealing your ability to carry and he just says like, get the F out of here.
Right,
And he like,
right.
like is like, but I carried the chair anyway. But like, it's just the whole point of like, to me, that sounds ridiculous. To
Yeah,
me, the courteous thing to do to somebody is you hold the door, and then you hold the door for the next person, and you look behind you when you're leaving, and you make sure it doesn't slam in their face. Like you
that's right.
just do that,
That's right.
and
It's
you nod, you
courteous,
say thank you, and it's just courteous.
common
Um,
courtesy.
yeah, so to me, like, when I see it as they are being discourteous, when
Mm,
people are on the phone, blocking the aisle, having a conversation with their boyfriend, girlfriend, and it doesn't matter the ethnicity. It could be it's everybody. It's black, white, it's everyone that many people that do it. It's not specific to any specific gender. I don't understand where it comes from. Like, how is that socially acceptable to be
right,
walking around having a very loud conversation,
right.
not paying attention to the other people that are trying to get by, trying to move through the aisle? I want to get my, my milk out of the thing, or I want to get I want to get my, what do we
You
buy
need
at
to get a
Costco?
chicken real quick.
I want to get my rotisserie chicken. I want to, I want to get my Kirkland sweatshirt and
Uh,
get my drip on. Um,
Recently, I did like an online order because I just thought I don't have it in me to go there.
yeah,
But I did have it all delivered to my porch, and it was pretty great. A few years ago, so Drew has been very dedicated to his hairdresser,
yes,
since he's about 4 years old, right? So long, long, long standing, relationship with her, Melinda, and she's worked at different places, and he has followed her from
got it.
place to place,
Yeah.
and so now she is at a full-on lady salon,
Oh,
okay? Like the ladiest, fanciest lady salon you could imagine, and, a couple of years ago, someone posted in, like, our community page online, I was recently at, such and such salon, and a teenage boy ran to hold the door for me.
Mhm.
And I want to say thank you to his parents, this really lovely, like, whole post. And I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that was us." Like, that was, like, 2 hours ago. I
Very
wait in the
nice.
car for him, like, he goes and does that himself, the whole thing, and it was like, I know that that was him. And so I said, "Oh, thank you so much." When I tell you that the trolls were trolling, and instead of just letting someone, like, say how thankful she was that she had this act of common courtesy, right? Because it's not like, he didn't it's not he didn't build a pyramid, like, it was an act of common courtesy, right? And people had to come and say, like, "Oh, why do you care? Why do you say thank you? Everyone should be doing that." That they had to turn it into this super negative, and it
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, please."
And you know what the interesting part about that whole thing is that I know in the salon that he was underneath, like, one of those big hair dryers that goes over his head. So he jumped up and ran and opened the door. No.
It's like one of those things, like you said, it's like, yeah, we have boys.
I just
I
I
don't
just picture him legs crossed reading Cosmopolitan, just like
just, like, under the dryer, foils in his hair.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's
He would
crazy.
I hope he listens to that and appreciates the joke
Oh
because he
my goodness,
knows.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
and it's somewhere he's been going, so it's not like, but it is, like, there are more women. But at the same time, like, it's not anything that I wouldn't expect my daughters to do
Yeah.
because
It's
it's
like it's a
common
common
courtesy.
exactly, it's a common courtesy thing.
So how do some places, like a Wawa, create that culture of this is what you do here, as opposed to, like, loud talking?
Yeah, I don't know. And
Yeah,
apparently it's not just a Costco specific thing. And by the way, I have been to multiple Costcos, and it happens in those co in whatever Costco I happen to go to.
yeah, it's true. Well, you just need to
Yeah,
get yourself a chicken bake and, float your worries away.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'd also like to say that their double chocolate chunk cookie,
Eh,
eh,
I
it's not anything
mean,
fantastic, just
talk
so you know.
about roving reporter. I mean, I
Yeah.
genuinely look forward to, like, balancing ourselves on the next food tour.
Yeah, we do have to do that. I saw another group of people that went on a little food tour, a little chocolate chip cookie thing. Jamie and I and my daughter went on a little chocolate chip cookie tour in the summertime. And I hope that we can do something like that again. But they actually went to a bunch of different places that I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know this place even existed."
Was it
So
cookies?
yeah, oh yeah, they did chocolate chip
Oh.
cookies. Yeah. So anyway, I guess it's your turn again. What else is grinding your gears? I mean, we're gonna have to do another episode of this. I mean, this is just like there's
Isn't
so
it
many
fun?
things.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy. I will go upstairs and have another piece of I'm basically playing a fun game with myself, which is how much of my Fudgy the Whale ice cream cake from Carvel can I eat by myself? That's pretty much where I'm at right
Is it
now.
a cake just for you, or did you
No,
let
I mean, I got it for everyone. And then my wife last night was like, "Oh, I want the piece of the cake, but I don't want it with the fudge on it." I was like, "So you just want whale? You don't want the fudgy part?" I thought that was hysterical. Um, so no, we've all been, like, munching on it, but, like, yeah, I mean, Fudgy the Whale, underrated as an ice cream cake.
Ugh.
It's good stuff.
Okay,
Anyway,
all right, ready?
you're up. Yes.
Okay. I don't care for
You have a
this is
list.
getting
You're
me in a
so
lot of
prepared.
trouble. No, I no.
What don't you care for?
I don't like when people have, like, catchphrases. Like, "Are we having fun yet?
Gotcha.
Living the dream."
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
I know that that is, like, a socially relatable thing,
Yes.
but I don't hate my job. So, it is my dream. Like, this
Gotcha.
is the only thing I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
So when someone says, like, "Living the dream," I kinda wanna say, like, "Yes."
It's kinda my stock answer sometimes.
Right? Do you say
Yeah.
yes?
Yeah. I do say living the dream. That's part of my,
You
be like,
say
"Hey, living
living
the
the
dream."
dream?
Sometimes when I'm, in passing and I'm moving along,
What else
um,
do you say?
um other words that are on the word wall, fine, good, hanging in there.
But that's not a catchphrase.
Or like people be like, "What'd you do this week?" Nothing.
No, that's not a catchphrase.
Okay.
These are things that, like, people just say sort of in passing. Having fun yet?
You should have you know what you should do? You should go completely opposite direction and go, like, completely weird on them and be like, when you leave like, when, like, Bob Barker used to, like, stop at the Price is Right, and he'd be done, he'd be like, "Hey, and have your pet spayed or neutered." Like, that should be you, like, when you leave the room, like, "All right, everybody have a good day. Make sure you get your pet spayed and neutered," and just walk
Right, like,
yeah,
just
and just
something.
walk out of the room.
Can you think of anything that people love to say?
Um,
I think they're for, like, all work related.
yeah. No, I really can't. Um,
Is it Friday yet?
is it
I don't know why. It just makes me crazy.
You're just
I'm just
they're
gonna
just a
say
lot.
them now. I'm gonna say them from now on.
No,
Just
you need to go
enjoy
as
the
far
ride.
as in the opposite, there's some that you could say, that I won't say on this podcast because it would get us a different rating. But I'll say those when we're done because you'll laugh at them because you're a dirty bird. Um,
And
yeah,
I go like,
catchphrases. Okay, all
yeah,
right. So I got it.
think about it.
Yeah. So
How about like, it is what it
it
is?
is what it is. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I
Is
that
it
one is
though?
like.
Is it what it is?
No, a lot of that is like, well, can't change it. It is what it is, and that to me is like, um, I don't really watch Dr. Phil, and not that I'm not a fan, but, like, I always remember a line that he said, like, "Would you rather do what's right or do what's convenient?" Because doing
Mm,
what's convenient is always the path of least resistance. It's always the easiest thing to do.
yes.
Sometimes when we do what's right, when we talk about it is what it is, but, like, is it really? Like, can we have that conversation? Like, I know I said conversation again. Take a drink, everyone. Um
But there, I mean, when I tell you yesterday, we had, we've had, and I have to say, I thought we had some professional development. I had one of the best professional development days that I have had in years and years.
That is great.
That word, like, it really is, like, it is great, but there were I had heard, like, and I know that there are phrases and words that I say or repeat or the ums or anything like that, and we all have, like, our go-to vocabulary, but there were so many times of the day that, and it is true, it's like, yes, because what we're encouraging by saying the conversation is there's a really great desire to have open lines of communication between parents, students, teachers,
Yeah.
administrators, really trying to, get to, and it just get to the bottom, get to the root, get to the heart. And it is so true of what we do. It is based in, peopling. That's what we do, you know?
Yeah.
So it was, I know I joke with you about that word, but it is so it's relevant. It's more than relevant.
Yeah. I think one of the other things,
Hmm.
um, that grinds my gears, and this will be a small one. I'm gonna make a student comment,
It's a mini
okay?
one.
It's a
Uh-oh.
mini one, and so
Yep.
not calling out students, but there are times when I will be asked the same question 3 different ways by a student, and it drives me absolutely out. So, do we put our name on this paper? Yeah, you put your name on that paper. In this one? Yes. The one you just gave to us? Like, the and, I'll go like, "Are you is there?" And I look around and I'm like, "What is there a camera? Am I gonna be" and I say the reference of, "Is Ashton Kutcher gonna jump out and say I got punked?" Like, what
Yeah.
is that's another reference for everyone.
Woo.
Um, like, sometimes it's like, what I just and, uh today I also went through a period. I was like, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna read pages 221 and 222. And I said the students that are confused by this are the ones that are not reading, right? You guys actually have to sit and read. And then there's a little graphic organizer I want you to fill out based on that reading. And the answers aren't gonna jump off the page, but like you'll find it once you read it. And of course they want to skim, they want to look at the bolded headings, they want to I'm like, no, yeah, yeah, it says it
You
like
have to read it.
federal cases are going to start with the constitute like it literally says what they do. Like, and they weren't doing it. And I must have repeated myself on what to do like at least 13 times. I was on the board and it was like it was all over the place. And it was like, what like, no, you gotta read it first. Like I'm telling you, like it's there, but you have to actually read it. So,
and then one of the kids was like, "Are we having fun yet?"
yeah.
I 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And I understand because there are times when you're like, "Did I
Yeah.
and especially I think too, like, because we teach the same, subject multiple times. So there are instances where I'll like do exactly what you said and then think, like, did I think I said that to them? That I said it in the class before, and then you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But no. And there are also points in time where I have said, after like the same thing like 5 times, like, "Okay, can someone explain what I just said?"
Yeah.
Because I
No,
just
literally,
can't.
I've done the exact
Ooh,
same thing.
hashtag I have nothing left to give.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like it's one of the frustrating things that really grinds my gears is when I
Yeah,
have to repeat myself. And I'm always like, okay, let's be focused, intentional, and purposeful on getting our day started and making sure that we're listening. And here's our, morning meeting, which I do in every class. So even in the afternoon, it's a morning meeting. Like we're like setting up what we're going to do for the day. So then everybody knows, like, okay, there's your tasks. Let's get started so we can finish this and move on to the next thing. Because we don't want anyone to be bored, so we got to make sure that we switch activities as much as we can.
that's right.
To keep use things. You know, and the other, I guess, one of the other things that you could tack onto that is like be engaging. Like, uh, it, not everything is engaging. Like, if you're gonna have students write a story, they need to know what the essential elements of a story are. So they might need to take some notes on that or have that in a notebook or identify some and read them. Like, and sometimes,
Pedagogy,
yeah, and sometimes,
rigor,
yeah, and sometimes those things aren't fun. So, like, it's not everything's not a dog and pony show. So,
which is fine.
yeah, which is fine, and neither is in life. I mean, because when I'm sitting there doing a professional development on cybersecurity training, I'm like, yay! Can't wait to learn if my password is strong. I don't like seriously. Like, I have so many other things that I could be doing with my time.
I mean, I'm fine
Um,
as long as you say hello.
you're good. I mean, the rest of your day could be like, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Just
Um, yeah.
sup. Even
Sup,
sup. Oh, yeah. Sup,
sup.
sup.
What's cracking lagging? But no, I think as we are winding down this episode, I mean, I think this is gonna have to be a recurring segment every once in a while where we're just gonna have to be like,
Feels so good.
yeah, and that's part of the balance
Of course.
because we sometimes, we're humans. We have things that tick us off. We have things that are angry. We have that make us angry or upset us. We could talk about things in the workplace, not calling people out, but like, there have been times where there's that kind of stuff that grinds your gears as
I
well.
mean, we've both been working for, 24, 25, 26. You're 37 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean,
I
but I mean,
mean,
if you're working somewhere, you're working in an environment, it doesn't matter if you're in corporate America, you're a teacher, you're a nurse, wherever you are, and you're doing something for 25 years. These stories are not things that have happened in the last 2 months, right? These are themes over long periods of time
yeah,
that for me have occurred my entire career.
yeah.
So I clearly don't think that they're changing,
So
but they still grind
I
my
just
gears.
have one important question for you.
Okay.
If I do happen to get arrested at a Costco, would you pay bail for me? Would you get me out? Or would
I
you
was
make
just gonna
me
say, like, 2 weeks. I mean, don't wait 2
I
weeks.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't, but no, if it ever happened, like those would be one of the
This is this is how this would go down in your house. But Joe calling from bing, bing, bing. Yeah, "Hey, dad." "Yeah." "Oh, no." "Mom, dad's in jail." "Yeah." "Okay." "Yeah, no, sorry. She'll see you soon. Bye."
She loves me, but that's probably what'll happen.
I mean, it's just, for a
Yeah,
few hours anyway, like, "Joe, I told ya,
yeah.
gotta calm down when you go to the Costco."
The other thing is like, I don't wanna go back to the whole Costco discussion, but, like, honestly, like, but I know you mentioned, like, "Oh, I got a delivery and it was fine," but, like, Costco's one of those places that, like, I don't mind going. Like, walking up and down the aisles.
You want your experience to be more.
But I want my experience to be a better experience. I want to I want to walk around. I want to check out what the samples are. I want to see what they're, I want to see what's new in the bakery. I want to, I go with my daughter. She tries to sneak an apple pie in the cart. We wind up getting an apple pie.
Maybe you should wear your earplugs when you go there.
Yeah, but isn't that insensitive? Like you're walking around with earbuds in, like not listening to people. Like, no. I don't know,
but I want it to be a better journey for you.
But this will be, I appreciate that. But,
thank you.
I've also never been in a fight before. So this will be fun. I'm just going to get in a fight with somebody at Costco. Be like, let's do this. And I'll be like,
really never were in a physical fight?
No, I think I should throw eggs at people, but they're really
too expensive.
Yeah, they're too expensive right now.
No.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, as always, my friend, this segment's coming back. We're doing this before season 2 ends up. I appreciate you, my friend.
I appreciate you too, and I hope you do not get arrested. But if you did, I will bail you out.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and we'll see everybody next time on the Balancing Act podcast.
Bye.
Look for the Balancing Act podcast every week on your favorite podcast platform. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Thank you for being a part of our audience. We appreciate you.